The age is important also. If you think about these questions, we all reference it to stop bang, right? We ask them about their sleepiness. We ask them about their age, their neck, right? Do they snore? Okay. Do they have hypertension, and male or female? So male over 50 years old, they're more prone to apneas versus women under menopausal age. So it helps a lot. All right, and provide sleep architecture, respiratory and limb indices. So all of the index, right? AHI, we discussed RDI, but that's an old terminology. AHI covers pretty much everything now, but we can also consider the PLMI, right? The periodic limb movement index, and the sleep latency, the different stages latency, like N1 latency, REM latency. Okay. Recommendations for treatment and follow-up. When patients are identified as obstructive apnea patients, we usually recommend a titration, right? Or they can go straight to an APAP, automatic CPAP. Especially in the United States here. If the patient's positive for OSA, and they can get APAP, and that will be covered by the insurance companies. If the patients have comorbidities, then the doctors will have the right and get authorization to do a titration night or another split night. Okay, if the patient's found to have central apneas, then they can get the patient back into the lab for ASV titration. But before they do ASV titration, what's important to get? Yes, so they need to get an echocardiogram to measure their left ventricular ejection fraction. It has to be what? This is all part of advanced titration.
Above 45%?
Yes, above 45%. If their heart is less than that, if their functions of the heart is less than 45%, that means their heart failure is advancing and they will have high risk for mortality, right? We say it nice, they have high risk for mortality. That means they can die with ASV titration. So we avoid doing that. And then the follow-ups. Some patients might be more on the insomnia versus the sleep apnea. But some patients might have a comorbidity with obstructive apnea and insomnia. Okay, and some patients might be negative for OSA, but very sleepy. So these patients will come back for either an MSLT, PhD MSLT, or if the doctors suspect insomnia, they will put the patient on what is that study called for insomnia?
No, CBTI.
Not, that's for treatment, just for diagnosis. That's for, you use an actigraphy, right? You use an actigraphy and a 2-week sleep diary, right? Sleep log, sleep diary for 2 weeks. So they'll use the watch for actigraphy with the diary. And when they come back, you monitor that to see if the you'll score that to see if the patient has delayed phase syndrome, is it early phase syndrome, or is it irregular circadian rhythm pattern? And then the patient then will be placed on a CBTI program, right? Very good. All right, updates to guidelines. We don't need to do this. CE, once you become RPSGTs, then you need to maintain at least how many CEUs per year?
10.
10.